Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, The Journey to Justice. And please like and share and sub to my channel and press that notification bell so you can be notified. The Magen F case. As I stated earlier, she should be appearing in court soon to face her charges, and she is going to plead not guilty, most likely. And we don't know what charges are going to be upgraded to. Is it going to be murder in the first degree, capital murder? Is this going to be a death penalty case? Is she going to make a plea deal at some point? Depends what they charge her with. Because right now, she's only charged with 2 counts of kidnapping and tampering with a corpse, and not much else other than that. But that's a lot. That's a lot right there. But they have not upgraded the charges at this time. But it's coming. It's coming. They have time. So we got some new developments. We have new information on a unsealed affidavit of what happened and what led them to Megan's home, and why they were questioning Christopher, the boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, owner of the home, his roommate, mother of the child she gave birth to, alleged. Well, and it seems like the police were right on top of this. They were right on top of this case. They had surveillance. They knew which car. They had seen her get into a car. They had neighbors that seen Heidi walk to a car, get in a car. They see Megan get out the car. And they also had the neighbor look at a line of photos, and one person pointed Megan out and was like 70% or so sure that this was her. So guys, they were already on the ball. And you know, when Shane made those statements, when he said, which sounded very strange, um, like he knew, like he knew who the person was. Hey, I'm gonna be home. Just drop the baby off at my house. You know, just drop it off anywhere, just anywhere. You know, and a few other things he said. It's like, yeah, he was talking to somebody. Okay, he was sending out a message. That's how I thought it was. Are you sending a message out to somebody? Yes. Turns out he was. Um, but anyway, I guess he had to get on the news because that's another reason why he felt so uncomfortable, because he couldn't say too much. He was confused in what he was saying. He was overwhelmed. He couldn't think, and he knew he was there doing something he didn't really want to do because he was told to do it. Because maybe the police now wanted public to still think that he was guilty of something, and maybe made him look bad because, guys, time after time, they turn out to be the one that did it, and they act in the same way, you know, and they always like to get in front of the camera and keep talking about uh, stuff. But anyway, guys, unsealed affidavit reveals what may have happened to Heidi Broussard before her death. Heidi's body was found inside the trunk of the vehicle in the Houston area home where her daughter was found alive. Austin, Texas, weeks after the missing mother Heidi's body found. Now the news, KVUE, has obtained an unsealed affidavit that includes new details of Heidi Broussard's death, including a tipster who saw her and her baby getting into the car. Heidi, 33, and her baby Margot Carey have, have been missing since December the 12th. They had been missing since December the 12th. And we know the rest leading up to her remains being found in a trunk, at the back of a trunk of her bestie's friend. And a close friend, a so-called close friend. And according to the affidavit, Megan had conducted suspicious internet searches and that she was in the area at the time of Heidi's disappearance. You see, the police, the investigators, the FBI, what they did first was they had their suspicions right away, and they started looking into her even before they went to the home and got a warrant or anything like that. They got a hold of her phone records, her internet searches. She had led a trail, and they were looking into her in suspicious circumstances that she may have done it all. And the day that Heidi gave birth, Megan drove from Houston to South Austin to see them, according to the affidavit. She drove to see Heidi and Shane. And they reportedly gave Megan a key to their home, to their apartment on November the 26th. Law enforcement sources have confirmed to the KVUE in December that Megan was pretending to be pregnant. A nurse at the hospital reportedly overheard Megan talking to Heidi at the hospital about being 37 weeks pregnant, and the affidavit said Megan then allegedly interjected herself and asked to hold Margot as Shane's father was holding the baby. How rude is that? And Shane's father was surprised by the actions of her, Megan that is, and that the first introduction and time of the grandchild was interrupted by a friend. So they didn't like that because that was his grandchild. And, grandparents, the father, the mother, the grandparents, usually get to hold your baby first if they are in the room, in the area, because that's what you do. That's what you do. You let the family hold the baby first. And how rude is that? She kind of like snatched the baby. Like, give me the baby, that's mine. Well, we know how she was feeling now. So that's in the affidavit. And Magen allegedly told Shane that she would leave the key to their apartment on the counter. But police said they did not see and or was able to find that key. So Magen had a key to her home. And this is another thing. Oh my goodness. Magen stayed at Heidi's house, well, in their apartment until November the 27th. On December the 8th or 9th, Shane reported that he learned Magen delivered a baby. On December the 8th or the 9th. So, but he did not see any pictures of the baby. Yeah, that's what we were wondering. Where is the pictures? According to the affidavit, a person who lives at the same apartment complex where Heidi and Shane lived in had a video camera outside the residence. I knew somebody would have one. They had to. And that captured a vehicle consistent with Magen Firamuska's car. And driving at the complex around 9 a.m. on December the 12th, the same day Heidi and Margot Carey went missing. One witness said that on December the 11th or 12th, she saw an adult white woman at the apartment complex carrying a small baby and walking towards a parked car. The witness reportedly told police she then saw another woman exit the car and greet the woman carrying the baby. The two women and baby then entered the car and drove away, according to the affidavit. On December the 19th, the witness was presented with a photo lineup that Magen was in. And this was on December the 19th. Police said the witness was 60 to 70% positive that the woman she saw in the front seat of the vehicle of the apartment complex was Magen Firamuska. And upon further investigation, officials found that Magen conducted suspicious internet searches. Police said Magen reportedly searched for reasons for Amber Alert. And Amber Alert issued Austin on December the 12th. A full review of searches between November the 11th and December the 18th revealed that some form of Heidi Broussard was searched at least 160 times from a device using an account that lists Magen's name. On December the 14th, Magen allegedly searched bodies found in Austin, Texas. Well, I don't know why she was searching that really, because she knew where the body was. It was in her car, and nobody had found her body because it was in the back of her trunk. So that's a little odd. According to the affidavit data from T-Mobile revealed that Megan's phone was in the Austin area near Heidi and Shane's apartment on December the 12th. Authorities then began doing surveillance on the Houston area home where Megan was living. Officials say they found her car parked away from that appeared to be an attempt to hide it. Yeah, it looked like it, didn't it? Because who normally parks their car at the side of your window at the back of the house when you have a nice, spacious driveway? Official followed the owner of the home and interviewed him. The affidavit said when they showed him a picture of baby Margot, the man said he thought it was the same baby living in his house. Well, he's pretty good then, because it was Christopher. And they showed him a picture because they got him outside Target or somewhere after he'd been baby shopping. And they showed him a picture of Margot. And he said, yeah, that baby's in my home. So he had, he had been closely looking at this baby, and because he thought he was the father. And so, he had a good picture in his head what his baby looked like. But he didn't know it was not his baby. He just believed what Megan told him, some ridiculous story, how she couldn't call him because, she was out of town, happened so fast. She didn't even call him. She didn't even call him by phone. Hey, I'm just giving birth, sorry. And then she comes home. Yay, yay, yay. Anyway, the man, which is Christopher, explained to officials that he and Megan had broken up in March and that he had never seen her bare stomach during the pregnancy. See, this is what I said before. That's odd that a man dating somebody wouldn't. What was he doing? Hiding? Don't touch me? You know. But they had broken up, and they had broken up and living in separate rooms. So that's probably why he never saw her naked. The guy the FBI were talking to, and we know now to be Christopher, had told investigators that Megan had given birth to the baby girl while she was out of town, and that's what she told him. Don't be mad at me when she returned home with a baby. Megan stated, the affidavit stated, she was approached by an investigator with the Texas Rangers as she exited the man's home on December the 19th. After talking to Chris and everybody like that, and she came out of the home when the investigators got to her home, she came out with a baby monitor and her mobile phone. So my guess is that Chris probably called her and said the police are on their way. He probably was saying, "What's going on, Megan? What's going on? No, you didn't. Tell me this is not true." Whatever he was saying, because she knew they were on the way. And she stepped out of the home, and while the man was out shopping for baby formula, which is Christopher, Megan, who was holding a baby monitor, and told the investigators that she had given birth at a birthing center in Woodlands. Right. I mean, it's good that she said that, but why would you say that? I mean, she hasn't thought all of this out, because if you tell somebody you gave birth at a birthing center, they have to have documentation. Of course they do. You're giving birth. It's a liability. You have to be a um, registered nurse, doctor, somebody if you're a birthing center. And then they pressed for the Pacific Birthing Center. And guess what she said? She couldn't remember. Because, you lose your memory after having a baby. Yeah, it's so dramatic. She couldn't remember. She just couldn't remember. Yeah. Who don't remember where you have your baby? It's planted in your head. You know where you have your baby because it's a traumatic experience. And it's something that it's a memory that will last for a lifetime. And she just had her first baby, and she couldn't even play that out right. And she also denied being in Austin at the time of Heidi's and Megan's disappearance. Yep. Well, it's her right to deny and lie and everything like that, because it's all getting documented. Every lie that she told is being used against her in the court of law, if allowed in. And I don't know, well, we know where her head was, but she could not have fought this out for very long. The future, we don't really know, how long she was going to keep this Siraj up, like the story, the lies, and where it all went wrong. Because we don't know if this woman was ever pregnant to begin with. She may have well been pregnant, but that has not been confirmed either way. She could have been pregnant and lost the baby at 3 or 4 months or 3 months and never told nobody. And she lost her plot. She lost the plot. She lost her mind. She got depressed. She couldn't tell anybody. I don't know why, but, that could have happened. But that's probably not the case because, you know, she gets pregnant at the same time as Heidi, and then the due date's the same. Now everything's the same. No, it's just not looking good for her. It's not looking good for her whatsoever. And of course, you know, guys, she is innocent until proven guilty in the court of the law. Yes, in the court of the law. And that's it, guys. That's the little update. And I guess the boyfriend, the ex-boyfriend, the lover, the live-in, the roommate, they were all questioned and he was let go. It does not seem that he had anything to do with this kidnapping, planning, assault, murder, tampering with a corpse. It doesn't look like he had anything to do with that, because if he did, he would be right there in the county jail along with Megan. He was, it looks to me at this point, unless we got some more evidence, some facts that's confirmed, that he was used and abused and mentally abused and lied to, manipulated and used for her, Megan Faramuska's evil deed. And it looks like there is no evidence of Chris being in the back seat of the car, the front seat of the car, driving the car, or anything like that. So Heidi got into Heidi's car and they drove out of the complex, which they kept driving. We don't know where they went yet. You know, they went left, they went right, they went to Starbucks, they went and got coffee. Where did they go? Did they go to Starbucks? And she says, I'm going to buy you coffee. Let's go for coffee. But the thing is, you get in your friend's cars, you know, to sit and chat. But if you were going anywhere, you'd want to put your baby in the car seat, wouldn't you? Yeah, I know I would. You want to put that baby in the car seat. You see, apparently Megan had a car seat. There was a car seat. And Megan probably looked to see if she had a baby in the back, and there was no baby. No baby. And she's probably saying, where's your baby? And she drove off. And Heidi had the baby in her arms and couldn't get away because she had the baby in her arms. Unless they went for a drink and she slipped her a pill. Slipped her a pill and knocked her butt out. And the rest is history, guys. The rest is history. But you know, this girl has got to be sick and she's got to have mental issues that started a long time ago. But when her friend said, Magen didn't want children. He said she didn't want children. So he must have heard her say, I don't want children. Or she don't talk about children and she just don't want children. She probably didn't want to give birth to a baby. And when did she decide to steal a baby? Was it before Magen? And I certainly think it was, because she was selling a crib. She was selling a crib. And she was going to lure somebody to her home. So why did she have a crib? She may have miscarried or was pregnant before Heidi and lost it. But why did she have a crib? If that rumor is to be true, without a shadow of a doubt, that she was going to lure somebody and she was going to do the same thing to a stranger. But turns out she does it to her best friend. Well, I guess she was looking for the right person, the right shade, if you know what I mean. You have to be the black, white, Chinese, Japanese, you know what. She had to look and know that the baby was going to look a little like her, a lot like her. White, blondish, dishwashy hair, and she may not have found that right person. And Heidi was. We're probably going to find out what, well, it's going to probably take a long time for her to tell the story, because she is pleading not guilty. And this is, I don't know, the 3rd of February that she will appear back in court. So it's, another month. And if they charge up her charges to capital murder, who knows? She may make a plea, she may talk, but even if she makes a plea deal, that plea deal ain't going to be sweet, is it? It's going to take the death penalty off the case, and she's going to go away for the rest of her life. So I doubt if they will make any kind of plea deal. She will roll the dice and see which number comes up. Anyway, guys, that's just a little update, a little story on it. If you're following the case, stay tuned. And like I said, guys, the journey to justice. And don't forget to like, share, sub to my channel, and press that notification bell so you can be notified. And I'll see you in the comments.
Five, 7:30 in the morning, dropping off one of her children at Cowan Elementary in South Austin. Investigators believe she returns home at that point. She doesn't pick up her child from school, so her fiancé, Shane Carey, calls family, friends, and police. Friday morning, Austin police issue an alert and release their pictures to the media. Over the weekend, police conduct interviews, look for surveillance video, and enlist the help of federal authorities. On Wednesday, December 18th, investigators set up a tip line for information. The next day, December 19th, a tip leads them to Houston. KVUE's Bryce Newberry tells us what happened there.
That tip led authorities to a home in northwest Harris County and eventually to a woman connected to Heidi Broussard's murder. Her name is Magen F, and this is where she was taken, the Harris County Jail, on 2 charges of kidnapping and a charge of tampering with a corpse. This is Magen F, the woman arrested in Northwest Harris County at this home. Investigators found a body in the backyard in this silver Nissan's trunk. Police say they found F outside the home Thursday and detained her on traffic violations.
Magen
F appeared before a Harris County judge Friday, keeping her head down most of the time. When police connected her to the Broussard case, they added kidnapping and tampering with human corpse charges. Our cameras were rolling as F left the Harris County jail, bound for Travis County, where sources tell KVUE she could face a capital murder charge.
I've been following her story as being, having been missing, and thought, what in the world could have happened to her? And oh, Lord Jesus, here she in our backyard.
Darla Bundick lives down Bojack Lane from the home where the body was found.
Yeah, I never would have thought in a million years it was this.
Late Friday, the Harris County Medical Examiner's Office identified the body as Broussard's. They ruled she died of strangulation. Meanwhile, investigators are running DNA tests to confirm a safe, unharmed baby found at F home is Broussard's daughter, Margot Carey. Law enforcement sources tell KVUE F plotted to take baby Margot leading up to her birth and may have had help pulling it off. Now, authorities have scenes from Houston to Austin to continue investigating. The next stop for F is Travis County. That's where she's expected to face more charges. Reporting in Houston, Bryce Newberry.